Okay, I wanted to talk about something that gives me hope, and maybe it will make somebody else feel hopeful as well, but I'm going to first info dump. In the Galapagos Island, these scientists took a submarine and went to explore the underwater. One of the scientists was actually the man that actually found the Titanic, but I could go on a huge rant about that as well. But anyways, they discovered these hydrothermal vents, and in these hydrothermal vents, it's really harsh living conditions, and there was absolutely no light, so there's no way of getting photosynthesis there, yet there was still life. And so they found these tube worms, mussels, crabs, shrimp living in those conditions. So then they basically were able to confirm this thing called chemosynthesis. So they already had hypothesized chemosynthesis before this, but they're able to live off of chemosynthesis instead of photosynthesis, so it doesn't need light. So what's so interesting about that is that it further goes into the possibility that planets that are unable to have light can actually have life on it. Where there's not light, there's other ways for life to form. So bringing up a whole different topic now, fungi. Once when Russia went on a space mission, there was fungi growing on like the windows and stuff, and growing on all of their like electronics, I don't know what to call it, like their buttons. They were having to go and clean it every day. They thought it was coming from space. They later realized they kind of hitched a ride on their spaceship, like to go up with them. Basically, they can live off of like our dead skin, so they most likely were surviving off of that. That wasn't what the part that was weird. They were living in these harsh environments where they were receiving radiation, yet these mushrooms were able to actually live. And even more interesting about that is with fungi, there's mycelium. It's more biodegradable, so a lot of people are using it for different packaging or something. But what I find really cool about that is they're actually trying to make a mycelium structure for space. So they would be able to just add water to this mycelium structure, and it would basically make a home that wouldn't do any type of damage to the surface of the moon or wherever they're going to put it, which I found pretty funny, because whenever we think of futuristic things, we think of like these like metal, like everything's super shiny and stuff, but instead it's more like cottagecore, and we're living in like mushroom houses, and I find that really like cute and adorable. Continuing with fungi, Chernobyl. So Chernobyl, they found fungi, and so this one isn't confirmed, but it's only hypothesized, but radiosynthesis. So it's the concept of something being able to survive based off of radiation. Again, it's only hypothesized, but I think there's something so beautiful with that, where even if humans were to destroy everything, there's things like these fungi that are still able to survive and able to live off of radiation. And even in the harshest environments, even in places that we think nothing would be able to exist, life still happens. And I find that absolutely so beautiful and so poetic. With just a simple piece about fungi, it gives me hope, because life still happens. Despite all of these things, life still finds a way. And in that same concept, thinking of fungi and thinking of these like little mussels that are deep down in the bottom of the ocean where the environment is so harsh, I feel like we can learn from that as well, where our life can just feel like everything is applying so much pressure to us. We have so many bad things going on, and you can feel like, I can't imagine things are going to get better. And in that same aspect of the fungi existing in a place like Chernobyl, life finds a way, and we are able to continue to exist and still thrive and still be nourished by the environments. Most would not expect us to be able to thrive and nourish in, and I think we can take a part of that and apply it to our life and the things that we are put through. And if we looked into so many people's life, see how much burden they have had to carry, yet they are still able to persist. I think it's such a great thing to take note of that beauty in nature, and we can then apply it to ourselves in our life. I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes sense. I rambled for a while, but if you made it to this part, thank you for like listening to my little spiel. But I find that really beautiful, and I wanted to share it. So, like I say all the time, I hope this helps.